All right, everybody, welcome back to Remotely Wasted, the worst podcast on YouTube. Just kidding. Today we're gonna be doing a top 10 TV show listing. So we're each bringing our favorite top 10 TV shows to the table, and we're gonna probably dog on each other's list, and just have a good time. And after we're done with our top 10 list, we're just gonna kind of roll through into some random shenanigans. So welcome back. Who wants to start it off? What's your number one, Nick?
Oh, my number one's Mad Men. You already know.
Yeah.
I could go through mine. I got Mad Men at 1, Breaking Bad at 2, The Office at 3, You at 4, Atlanta at 5, Better Call Saul at 6,
Okay.
Yellowstone at 7, Stranger
Okay.
Things at 8, Clone Wars at 9, and then Bates Motel at 10.
It went like man, teenage girl, man.
Surprised you didn't have Teen Wolf on there, Nick.
Great show as well.
Teen Wolf's on my list.
Dude, I completely forgot about Stranger Things when I was making my list. Completely forgot.
Great show.
You see the trailer for the movie that's coming out? That what's his name? The sheriff is starring in.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. Is it just like about him?
It's like an action spoof movie kind of where he plays Santa Claus, but it's like
that'd be interesting.
He's just in there killing people. It's surprising. The trailer's really good.
Is it like a Stranger Things like attachment or no?
Nope, just him.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, that sounds pretty fucking dark. All right, I guess we'll fucking dissect your list then, huh? So Mad Men.
Go Breaking Bad at 2. I mean, there's not much you can say against Breaking Bad being in like a top 5.
No, I think I got Breaking Bad in my top 5. That's a fucking all-star show. It starts out like a little slow. Like the first season's fucking boring. I think the first season for that show loses a lot of like new people. Like you ask a lot of people that haven't seen it, they're like, or they have, and they're like, oh, I really couldn't get past the first season. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the first season is not as fast as like the rest of the show.
Shit's boring.
Well, it's like you could tell like they didn't know they were gonna get a second season. Like that's kind of the vibe you get from the first season, and then after that, it just speeds up and makes more sense.
That shit snowballs quick.
Oh,
dude fucking steps right off the deep end in the psychopath pool.
Best ending, like best like final episodes of any series, in my opinion. Like the last like 5-6 episodes are really fucking good.
Why do you got Mad Men above Breaking Bad?
I just think it's more rewatchable. Like it doesn't rely on like deaths or any super big things like that to like propel it forward. It's just kind of like you could just watch it whenever type show.
Yeah, I need to finish that. You ever seen Mad Men, Jack?
Nah, I've never even broached it. I don't even know what it's about.
Okay, give him the quick little rundown, Nick.
It's about this guy that like works in advertising in the 60s, and he's like pretty much like an alcoholic and like a serial cheater on his wife and shit. And it's just kind of about like him and like other people that he works with, like
they're a bunch of bros
navigating through the 60s and all the crazy shit that was going on like at that time.
It's really good. They just fucking sit in their office and like drink all day and smoke cigarettes and like think of like advertising ideas for companies that come like approach them. And it's got John Hamm in it. He's the main character.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love John Hamm. He's rock solid. What?
I might have to check it out, dude.
Dude, it's on Netflix. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. It's like it's also kind of like slowish.
They got like 6 seasons, 7
seasons on that one.
That's fucking spooky season though, dude. I'm all about the horror right now.
Yeah.
You guys see that trailer? The movie coming out, Smile?
Oh yeah, I was like wanting to see that, but I never got around to it.
That trailer is so good. That part at the end where the girl she's like walking up to the car and then like she's like normal and then you can't see her head and then her neck just like twists and drops down below the window and then the trailer just cuts. I was like,
oh hell no.
That shit looks creepy as hell.
Crazy, yeah, it looks crazy because that was just like out of nowhere. Like before that, it was all like realistic horror, and then that just dropped, and you were like, "Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of that, we're gonna have to do like a Halloween like themed episode or like some like scary themed episode since Halloween's coming up.
Yeah, we can like
huge horror buff.
we can dress up and pick like our favorite horror movies or something. I fucking hate horror movies, so
they're probably my favorite.
Yeah, I'll probably just pick the ones that scare me the most. All right, what was your number 3?
I had The Office. It's like one of the only comedies I really have on there. It's just a great comedy. Like most of the shows, like when I was like ordering them, like the big criteria for like ordering, I guess, was like if the show got worse as it went along. Which The Office is like the one exception where I think it did get worse as it went along.
Yeah.
But it was good for such a long time that like the last like couple seasons that sucked really don't matter.
When fucking Michael kind of stopped.
Yeah, when Steve Carell leaves the show, it falls off. Then it kind of picks up a little bit like at the end. And
yeah,
it should have ended sooner, I think.
I used to like The Office a lot, and then until I watched Parks and Rec.
I started Parks and Rec. It's really good from what I've seen. I watched like the first 2 seasons.
So good. The ending is so good too. Oh my goodness. There's just so much funny stuff in one episode. Like I couldn't contain myself. I was just dying laughing in my bedroom the whole time. Couldn't stop. I still like reference it from now on. Like it's top tier. The Office is really good though. Yeah,
well, those 2 shows are like some of the ones like you could just rewatch over and over and over, and like it. Even you know what's happening, you know the punchlines are coming, and you're just like, hit me with it, come on.
That's so good.
It's like it's still funny, yeah.
It's still funny. It's great. I love The Office.
Now we're on the juicy one, huh?
What was your number 4?
My 4 was You. He was calling like the girly one on my list, which I mean, like it's girly like the first season, I feel like, but I think it was originally on like a different platform, and then they moved it to Netflix, and I think since then it's been not as like a girl show. I wouldn't consider it a girl show like after that, once like Netflix got a hold of it. I just think it's like it's suspenseful, and it's like almost kind of like funny because like I don't know, have either of you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So like
I've watched like 4 episodes.
It like says his thoughts out loud, which I think are always like really funny. And he's kind of like, you kind of get to what he's thinking about and like how delusional his thoughts are, but he thinks they're completely normal.
Yeah, just American Psycho in a show.
Yeah, it's entertaining. The new season's coming out next year, I think.
I think they're splitting it into 2, right? It's like February and then like May or some shit.
Something like that. They've been doing that a lot. Like they did that with Ozark, which
that shit's annoying.
I left Ozark off of my list.
That's a quality show right there.
It's a good show, but I did not like the ending of it, or really the last like several episodes. For me, not a lot was going on.
That's fair. What was number 5?
Atlanta, another comedy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I've never seen Atlanta.
It's like it's funny, but it's like a mind fuck at the same time. Like the humor is so random, and sometimes it's like borderline scary, but it's like still funny. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a fucking weird show.
I still remember the jail scene, or not the jail scene, but when they're waiting in the lobby to go to to get processed into jail.
Oh, with the transgender.
Why do you think she's on the side with the men?
You gotta, this dude's like he's like, this is my girlfriend, and it's like they're all in the dude's like part of shit. So it's like a dude dressed like a girl, and they're like, no, that's a fucking dude, and he's like, no, I ain't like that, she's a girl. It's great.
Is that the one with the Childish Gambino in it?
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hulu.
I'll have to check it, actually.
That's like the first or second episode, I think, when that shit happens.
Yep.
Love it. What was your next one?
I had Better Call Saul at 6, which spinoff of Breaking Bad. It wasn't quite, I guess, as exciting as Breaking Bad, but it did more to build the world of Breaking Bad, and I thought it was like, it was just a different type of show, and I think it's almost like it's pretty close to being equally as good, maybe slightly less, just because I don't think they stuck the ending quite as well as Breaking Bad did, but they didn't really there's not a lot of flaws to the show. They did pretty much everything pretty good.
I think I'm like halfway through the first season. I don't know. It seems cool. It's a little slow. I guess kind of like the fucking first season of Breaking Bad. So I'm interested to see, kind of like how it shakes out. Fucking Tuco, the motherfucker's crazy. I'm glad they brought him in there. The fucking those two twins, they tried to do that scheme where they get hit by the car. They fucking get hit by the wrong car and go to Tuco's house. And he fucking like kidnaps someone, takes them all out to the desert. This shit was fucking great.
Great show. Fuck. It's interesting. It builds like it's just kind of crazy how like a lot of the characters on that show are like so powerful in Better Call Saul, only to get like taken out by Walter White, by a physics teacher, where the fuck he was.
I think it was a chemistry teacher, wasn't it?
Chemistry teacher, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got Yellowstone at 7, still going on.
Still have not seen Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Great show. I mean, I never thought I'd be into like a cowboy type show. not really my thing normally, but it's like super entertaining, and Kevin Costner does like a really good job as like the lead.
Baller.
You normally don't get like a star that big on a TV show. They're normally just in movies. So he does a really good job. It's the last season was a little bit slow, but I saw the trailer for the new one. It looks pretty crazy.
Have you seen it, Boswell?
No.
No.
Once you hear my top 10, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is a fucking child."
It's all fucking. I'm willing to bet it's fucking animated, but we'll get there. You could be next. Yeah. Guaranteeing at least half of it's anime. Nickelodeon TV shows.
I had Clone Wars as a cartoon on mine.
Clone Wars top tier.
That's a good one.
That was my 9. At 8, I had Stranger Things, which I almost forgot Stranger Things too. It's this show you forget about because they take so long fucking breaks between the seasons.
Yeah.
It's really good though. Fuck yeah, that show is really good. I fucking hate, oh god, what's her name? The older sister. The one that's like a hoe.
Fucking Mike.
Nancy, yeah.
Yeah, Nancy.
Yeah. Hate Nancy with a passion, dude. I hate Nancy.
Really?
Hate the little redhead girl too. I was so hyped when she was like getting her bones crushed.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go, finally, let's go.
I don't like Will, man. That character's fucking annoying.
Yeah, they're annoying.
Will's always a buzzkill. Like on
he's
every
fucking
season.
He's a pointless character. He does nothing for the show.
The only thing he got lost on the first season, I guess.
The dude got kidnapped like twice. Once for real and once like psychologically.
I talked to him in an interview and they were like, it's gonna be his season in season 5.
I mean, then he better be the first one to die. So honestly, I think they kill Dustin off. I'm thinking he's gonna pull the same fucking thing. But I think he's gonna do the same thing that old boy did.
Eddie.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Eddie. He's gonna like sacrifice himself or some shit. And I think
he was just ripping it in the bats, dude. just ripping it, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. You'd almost think like 11's gonna have to be the one that sacrifices herself.
Yeah, she's dead for sure.
Yeah, but I think Dustin's gonna be the first of the group.
So you think there's gonna be multiple like main cast deaths? You think it's gonna be that type of ending to a show?
Oh,
I don't think it'll be a lot. I don't think it'll be a lot of them. I could see Mike maybe sacrifice himself for 11 in some situation, but yeah, 11 100%.
Will sacrificing himself for Mike.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. No, I think sacrifice himself for 11 and then fail at dying, and then 11 will die saving Mike trying to sacrifice himself.
I'm willing to bet she probably dies like last episode to like kill the big bad guy and like end the whole thing.
It would just be fucking it.
Yeah, you can just kind of see it coming.
Yeah. Clone Wars at 9, great cartoon. It's probably my favorite cartoon.
I still haven't finished it.
Super childish, like at first, and then it like you could tell they realized like adults were watching the fucking show, so they kind of changed the way it was, and then the ending it was fucking great. It, like the way it bridges between the second and third movie.
Yeah, I love how it doesn't turn off Anakin either. Like it just shows you his whole fucking character progression into Darth Vader. Slow process. The Emperor's just there, fucking touching his forehead, dude. So good.
Fucking great cartoon. The animation's great. Amazing. They're coming out with like they have the Bad Batch, which is like a spinoff of it, and then they have this other one that's like the same animation style. I don't think it's a direct spinoff, but it's like Tales of the Jedi or something that looks really good.
Yeah, well, they're coming out with the live action Ahsoka show.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I'm hyped about that one.
YouTube show actually called Vader, which is really good. Like a dude that's doing it on his own, and he's not like skimping out on anything. It's like really high quality. And people are like really flocking to it because that's what they wanted. Nobody wants a fucking show about Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see fucking Vader just stepping through dark hallways with his lightsaber on, dude. Just
fucking people to death.
Dude. just really common NPC rebels, dude. Just no chance at surviving at all, dude. That's what I want to see.
It'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I think Star Wars Theory is the guy that makes that. He's like on YouTube.
I'll have to check that out.
Force Theory, yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Darth Vader is just like, we didn't get to see a lot of him in his prime, or like he doesn't fight a lot in the original trilogy.
No, he's like old as fuck basically at that point.
So it'd just be cool if they showed more of him like fucking shit up when he was like younger.
I think that he's not like old, but he's like deteriorating a little bit. So he's not kind of like
his suit is killing him.
Yeah, he's just fucking hobbling along at that point. It's kind of boring almost.
I think the original trilogy is really good, but like
it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Him.
I'm not saying the original trilogy is boring. I'm saying like he is like the character's badass. Like Anakin Skywalker is my favorite Star Wars character, like all time. But as Vader in the original trilogy, it's just like, bleh.
He's more he relies more on like mystery than like action.
Yeah, dude's like fucking Sauron.
What's up, close?
Pretty much.
All right,
what's your number 10?
10 was Bates Motel. It's like it's pretty much like a TV show, modern day remake of Psycho, like the horror movie from the 50s.
I've watched some of it. I just know it's weird as fuck.
It's weird, and it's one of those shows where it gets really good the further along it goes, and then by the end of the season, like the last seasons will like put it up there as like one of the better shows I've seen because of how well they nailed it.
Yeah,
really good show. Freddie Highmore, I think, stars in that. He's really good as Norman, and he's like British or something, and he plays the American thing pretty well.
Yeah.
You want a bottle of water?
There goes dude.
Yeah. Don't fucking at me, all right? Stay out of the comments. Don't make me come over there. I will catch an assignment to England. All right. What do you got, Jack?
Oh, I'll start with my number one. The Haunting of Hill House.
Is that a TV show?
Yeah, it's Netflix.
Huh. I don't think I've never heard of it.
It's good.
Is it like a new show?
No, it's probably been out like 2 years now, 2-3 years maybe.
It's like it's single season, right? There's just like one season.
Yeah, one season, and the director of it made 3 different shows, but the other he made like Midnight Mass and then The Haunting of Bly Manor or Bly Mansion, whatever. I think it was Manor, but The Haunting of Hill House was like the epitome of what you want in a horror show, like from beginning to end, bro. You're on edge the whole time. Like it's so scary. Oh my goodness, it does a fantastic job at being scary.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
No, it's good though. It's good though.
Yeah, the story, like how it like loops around. Oh, so good, dude. Nobody saw it coming.
Like even my mom watched that shit. She don't watch scary shit, so like, it's that good.
Yep, kind of soft, Nick. If you didn't know already, kind of soft. I ain't doing it. Maybe one day when I run out of my backlog of fucking shit I gotta catch up on. All right, what's your number 2? What do you
got? The Midnight Gospel.
I haven't heard of that one either.
I've heard of it, I think, but I have not seen it. That's a Netflix one as well, right?
The show on Netflix. So it's a weird one. For the people who haven't watched it, it's going to be kind of off-putting just looking at the trailer. So it's this dude, right? The guy that made it. So he goes around. There's 8 episodes. He's not going to make any more, unfortunately. But there's 8 episodes, and each episode is an interview that's animated. So he's interviewing like a real person in real life. And there's a story to the show too, but nobody gives a shit about that. I don't care about that at all. The animation's cool, but the interviews are like really, really good. The 8th episode is actually like super sad too, because the dude like interviews his mom for like the last episode, and then she dies like shortly after that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like to hear him like talking in real life in the show, and then like it's animated like really crazily too. So like there's just so much random stuff going on in the background the whole time while he's interviewing. It's really good. Like really intelligent too. Like the first one, they do like he does like an interview with like a really like tip top in the government like political guy, and they're talking about like drug usage and stuff, and it's really in depth.
It sounds kind of neat, actually.
It looked pretty cool. I just haven't got around to it.
It's turned into my sleep show. So like anytime that I just throw it on in the background, and like I'll listen to the interviews until I fall asleep. It's good. It's just like a podcast basically, but animated.
That's kind of dope, actually.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool show. The animations are good too. Weird, but
they're like Rick and Morty, like crazy shit going on type thing.
Yeah, way crazier than Rick and Morty. It's like
a bad acid trip.
Yeah. It's like exactly. It's like super trippy.
Interesting. I might have to look at that.
Lots of colors and lots of random stuff. So number 3 is going to be Demon Slayer.
Okay, I have not watched it, but I'm wanting to one day.
I'm just now getting into anime, so I haven't had a chance to get super into them. I'm on Attack on Titan right now, so that's probably going to be my next stop is Demon Slayer.
Well, it's all downhill from there, pal. Attack on Titan is the best anime of all time. Probably going to go down in history as the best anime of all time.
Really? It's good.
I'm on season 2.
The story is insane. Like it gets deep. Like it gets deep.
Really?
It goes crazy. It goes crazy.
What gives the rundown for Demon Slayer? What's that about? I have no idea.
The manga has been out for quite a while, but they just started animating the show. And there's this new animation style that these directors are getting into where they're not like shying away from the drawings in the manga. Like they can match up like flawlessly. And that's what makes it really good. The animation in Demon Slayer is, you could tell they're putting so much money into it. It's ridiculous. Sad, real, and just, it's like really colorful and beautiful. And the fights are like really crazy, like gripping. And people just die. It's like Game of Thrones, but anime. Like
that shit's like so popular in Japan.
First episode, first 10 minutes, the main character's whole family is just killed and eaten.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's just off fucking shit up.
Off the rip, horrible.
Straight murked.
Yep, immediately horrible.
Yeah, I think that's like the fucking biggest anime in Japan right now. Because I remember when we was there, it's all you would fucking see is Demon Slayer everywhere.
Yeah, it's really fan service. Like I don't want to say fan service, because fan service in anime is when they like make super huge anime boobs and butts and stuff like that. So there's really kind of that in Demon Slayer. But it's really like, it's kind of like Naruto, you know what I'm saying? Like it has a huge fan base. So it's kind of like a bandwagon TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is really good. They just finished the 2nd season, and the 3rd season comes out like middle of next year, I think. Starting the next
Did they make a movie?
Yeah, they made a movie for it too.
Was that pretty good or no?
Originally made a movie at the same time that the 2nd season came out, but the movie is the entire 2nd season like compiled into one. So you can watch it in episodes, and there's like more story there, or you can just watch it. The movie's super sad. You're gonna cry at the end of it. If you actually watch Demon Slayer and then you watch a movie, you're probably gonna cry. Okay. Super sad. Yeah, super badass though. Oof. But
I'll put that on the list too.
Yeah, it's my next stop in anime, I think.
Yeah, I still gotta finish Attack on Titan. I gotta finish Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter's good. Hunter is I'd say a 6.5 until the Chimera Ant arc. And then
I got to season 3, and then they just ran out of episodes on Netflix, and then I like stopped watching it. But I think it's all on there now. So
yeah, it's all on Hulu for sure. And they just started the manga back up again for it too.
Oh hell yeah!
So they're gonna start making more of the show again eventually, which is pretty. On. It ends pretty soft, but that show is dark. Hunter x Hunter is a dark show.
A little bit.
Yeah, I got Genesis to watch it, and I was like, "There's gonna be a lot of people just dying." Like, and it's gonna be super casual, but like everybody's like you saw it. If you're already on season 3, like you've seen a bunch of people die already. Like the whole hunter test, that people were just getting picked off by birds and shit, dude. And
I saw that. That was like one of the first few episodes.
It's like the fucking Hunger Games almost.
Or they just kept pushing on. Like, that dude's getting mauled alive by birds in the sky right now, or like getting eaten by giant frogs and shit. You're like, what? Everybody's just ignoring it. Like, this is casual. No, dude, these people just showed up to take a test. They didn't show up to die. Or Hisoka just arm off. Dude, he just turns the dude's arm into butterflies. So now he's just armless.
It's like a dickhead
brushed up against him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so fucked. Hunter x Hunter is a really good one though. But number 4 on my list is another anime show, and this one is going to be Jujutsu Kaizen.
Heard of it?
I have not heard of that one.
I think it will be one of the best animes of all time. So they did the first season. They've done a movie for it as well, and the first season is incredibly action, and the animation is like really, really good. Like, there's a bunch of like TikTok videos where they made like shot for shot matches of like, they'll like, you know, like blink it in and out, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it'll show the anime screen and then it'll blink to the manga, and it's like flawlessly matched up, and the color is beautiful, and the story is really good, and it's super powerful, like OP characters and stuff. Like Gojo's an OP, is like a One Piece Saitama like OP character. So it's fun to just whoop people's ass, you know what I'm saying?
Is it about jujitsu?
Yeah. No, it's not about except there's no eyes.
Say that one more time.
Instead of jujitsu.
Oh, okay. Tracking.
Yeah. It's really solid though. That show is really good. 100%. The movie is really cool too, because it's like a prequel.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. All right. We'll go to number 5. Number 5 is the same one with the actor from Bates Motel. It's gonna be The Good Doctor.
Great show.
Oh, that show is pretty cool.
Love that show. Yeah, love that show. Hate that stupid bitch that he likes so much, but love that show.
I haven't seen that one either, but I've been wanting to get into it.
Yeah, I watched like up to like season 2 or 3. It was good. Like, I just need to like catch up because it's still going on, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting show for sure. It's just cool watching him.
You ever watch House?
Yeah, I've watched House.
You think it's better than House?
No.
No? House is fucking great.
House, but House as a character himself is just top tier.
Dude's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. Savage, dude. Picture pop up where he was like making fun of the midget mom and midget daughter.
I think I see that one, yeah.
Or dwarf. I don't know what they're called, dude.
Dude's a straight dickhead.
Yeah, he was just making tall joke after tall joke to them. That show was killing me. And he's just addicted to Vicodin.
Yeah, I think he gets off of it like later in the seasons, doesn't he?
Fell back a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to number 6, I guess. So number 6 is going to be Teen Wolf.
Great show, amazing show. I should have put that one on my list.
I haven't seen that one.
It's the only show that I have bought every season of. So like I own every season of it.
I remember in high school that was fucking Nick was talking about that shit. Though we was just dogging on it.
It was good shit. Like,
oh, dude,
I still haven't watched the very last season though. Like,
oh, what?
Because like some shit happened. Like, it was on MTV or something, and like they like whatever I had at the time, like Dish or whatever, like they didn't have MTV, so I just like didn't get around to watching it, and I was just like, well, I'll get to it eventually, and I just never did.
You hate to see it.
Drink break.
Insert ad here.
That shit's funny.
Sponsored by Truly. Truly sponsor me. Sponsor me. What is that, dude?
It's like koozie, dude.
Gross, dude.
We'll get hit with a copyright again. Some sort of strike.
Some shocking material again.
Fucking nudity.
That's top tier, dude. That is absolutely top tier. All right. So after Teen Wolf, I guess you haven't watched Teen Wolf. We can explain it a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of a show about supernatural creatures. It's set on some high school students, but it's like way more than what you would think. It's not like high school-y drama at all in the show. There's a lot of there's just a lot of so I hate the way that they do. So when the werewolves transform, right, they basically just get different colored eyes, right? It's either blue, yellow, or red. And then they get just fucking chopped.
I never noticed that, but yeah, they just get like claws, yeah, like different colored eyes, and then they just got like a little bit of a beard.
Fucking mutton chops, dude. Some beastie mutton chops. But they do like werewolf transformations in a pretty cool way. So it's like they never really fully transform into an actual werewolf. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple characters in the show that will transfer all the way. Like there's a kitsune who's a fox, and then Shelley Hennig plays Malia Tate, a wolf. And those ones will like occasionally, like Shelley Hennig was found as a wolf. Like she kind of forgot she was a person for a while, so she was just a wolf running around. But they were able to transform her back. I don't think she really transforms fully into a wolf again after that. But yeah, it's like micro transformations and like super good. There's not really crazy fights, you know what I'm saying? It's just the story, and like they build it up super well, so it gets you like hype for hype moments.
Oh yeah. And I mean, there are some good fight scenes. There's a few that are really good.
Yeah, there's the one where Scott turns into a true alpha. That was a really good one, where you get to see Deucalion, who's like that dude's super badass. He's like a blind dude, and he so all the wolves like they have packs, right? And there's like one alpha to beta. So alphas have red eyes, and the betas all have yellow. But he's like an alpha of an alpha pack. So it's just a pack of like savage alphas running around.
Oh shit.
There's one big dude. Yeah, the twins are pretty cool. They're like two individual alphas, but they can like fuse together to form one super. It's just played by some jack dude.
Sounds like busted.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's the Abercrombie model, essentially.
Yeah, they're some handsome dudes for sure. And then they morph into some ugly ass fucking buff dude. But yeah, Deucalion's like a blind dude. Like he's like typically blind, so he just always walks around with a fucking blind tappy cane dude. And you like don't think much of him. And then he turns into like the alpha of alphas. And he has like the most transformation that you see out of like the werewolf transformations. Like skin goes like super dark black, and like I don't know, he looks super cool. But yeah, it's definitely a cool show. Teen Wolf is definitely a cool show. It's not very fan service either. Which you think it would be for like high school fucking werewolves.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like a complete like teen drama. Like he was saying, there are elements of it. Like there's like there's like some like little relationship stuff going on, but it's really like a side thing to the main story.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of cool actually. Now that you're breaking it down.
No, dude, it's a good show for sure. As soon as you start watching it, you're just gonna be like, okay, this is good. You're just gonna keep watching. It's addicting. It's an addicting show. So we'll move on to number 7, I guess. So number 7 is going to be Futurama.
Oh, okay. Futurama's solid.
Futurama, dude. Not only is it funny, but the story is so cute. Love it. Love the story.
There's like a million episodes.
Yeah, love how it comes to a close, and they just like go back in time, and they're like, I guess we'll start over, and then it's like, whoop, that's it. Starts over. They were thinking about bringing the show back, renewing it. But they couldn't secure a high enough payment deal for the actor that voiced Bender.
What?
Yeah, and the show wouldn't be Futurama without Bender, dude.
No, that sucks.
And a dude playing Bender.
What an asshole! He's the only dude holding that back because he's not gonna get paid enough. Like, come on, bro.
Like, I mean, I'd probably do the same thing though, you know.
I mean, you think they'd be able to like relocate some funds, like take a little bit off of everybody else to like bump his up a little, like like. Say they're all like, everybody just for easy sakes making 10 million and he wants 15. They could all like take 500,000 from everybody else, just add to his or some shit.
Yeah. After
I feel
Something
like
like
you could.
that.
I feel like you could hire somebody that does just like a spot on impersonation of the first guy, and it would work
True.
well enough to at least have a show.
The dude would be fucking pissed. Could you imagine they do that? Like you're that guy, and then like you're like, I want this much money, and they're like, pound sand, bitch. We're gonna get this fucking voice actor who's actually better than you at your own character. Like, all right, I'll take 200,000.
Fucking right.
Stupid.
So what number am I on now? 8 or 9?
I think you're on 8.
All right, bet 8. All right, so 8's a good one. Still an ongoing one. It's going to be Law and Order SVU.
Hell yeah.
Love it, dude. Mariska Hargitay, top tier.
Mariska Hargitay. You ever watch the Love Guru?
Love Guru.
Mariska Hargitay.
Now, SVU is dark. It's cool how dark.
Some of them episodes, you're like, holy fuck, like that's actually on TV. Like you're like, ooh.
Some of the like just the how flat out they are about like the dialogue about like what happened to the victims and stuff. You're just like, oh shit, people don't only say that on shows.
And I love
savagery
that the show's been going on for so long that it's forced character progression. Like you've watched Mariska Hargitay go from a fucking piece of shit detective to captain of the unit.
What was that one dude that he left the show? He came back. The second main character.
The forehead dude.
Yeah. I think he's like fucking bald now or some shit.
Yeah, bald.
What the fuck is that guy?
Bald, but yeah, the one with the big forehead. I can't remember his name. He went to his own spin-off show and now they like brought him back together.
Yeah. I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, I can't remember his fucking name either.
I got the name Bender fucking stuck in my head now, and I'm like, oh, it's Bender, and I'm like, I feel like it's something along those lines. Like it's
watching Law and Order SVU, and it's just fucking Bender smoking a fatty cigar just off on the side. Bite my shiny metal ass.
I think the best and worst thing about that show is Ice-T's acting. Like it's so bad that it's good in my opinion.
Ice Cube did love Ice Cube in that show, dude. He's just regular Ice Cube, dude. I love
Ice-T. Yeah.
They put him into Rick and Morty, dude. I care now.
Ice-T's in Rick and Morty?
Yeah, they put him as he was literally an iced tea, like the letter T made out of ice.
Huh. I don't remember that.
He got like banished from his home world. He used to be water tea. They turned him into ice and sent him into space.
Fucking tragedy.
What episode was it? The one where they did the song, Get Swifty.
Oh.
With the Cromulons. Remember they're doing like the second verse and Ice Cube's in the booth with them. And he's like, everyone on the earth is going to die. You don't care. And he's like, why would I care? And then he transforms into the piece of ice.
That like, sound kind of
I'll float around
kind of familiar.
Yeah, super good.
Fucking Ice-T, man.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Rick and Morty.
I was this close to put it on my list.
This show has fallen off so fucking hard, though. I've never watched a funny anime show fall off harder than Rick and Morty. And it's all Jerry.
Oh, fucking Jerry's a simp.
Yeah, every episode that Jerry's in just makes me not want to watch the fucking show. Because there's like a bunch of like episodes in season 5 where they like feature Jerry. And it's just annoying. I don't want Jerry anywhere near the show. He's so annoying.
What's the I don't, is it season 5 where him and Rick, they go to that planet and they're like at that bar thing and like you can't die.
I know what you're talking about, dude. I'm pretty sure that's season 2 or 3 actually, because they're going on Morty's adventure. He's like, stop being such a fucking tease, Morty, in the bathroom. The mayor. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, they're at this bar and like fucking like you can't die in this bar.
Oh,
like
the whirly durly, yeah.
And then like these fucking aliens get Jerry to like turn on Rick and They're on like this roller coaster ride, and they're like riding behind him, and like they're gonna like shoot him or some shit, and he's like feeling super guilty.
Yeah, and then he tries to save him, and then he like feeds him to like the snake thing. He's like, save me, and then he cuts him open, and then they're riding away on the little thing, and then Jerry's just, the balls are just slapping Jerry in the face the whole time while he's in like the kangaroo sack.
Yeah,
that's dude. Now Rick and Morty is top. Love it, dude. Especially season 3's got to be my favorite though. Season 3's top tier. That's the one with Pickle Rick.
Oh, that episode is flawless. I'm Pickle Rick.
So good.
Look at me, Morty. I turned myself into a pickle.
The back and forth therapist at the end, dude.
Dude turns into fucking John Wick, killing those Russian dudes.
Oh yeah.
Makes a fucking suit out of like cockroaches. Like, who the fuck comes up with this shit, dude? Like,
so good, dude. So absolutely good. And then so now my number 10. Number 10's a newer show, but one that I recently watched and I think is really good. Resident Evil.
The show was fucking terrible.
I liked it, dude.
I have not watched it.
The only good thing about that show was Wesker.
They did something. Yeah, I like Wesker, dude. That was what I was gonna get to. Even though like they killed him a couple times, I guess it's a bunch of clones, but
yeah,
So
I don't know.
What's it about?
Have you seen any of the Resident Evil movies?
No, I never seen the movies.
Okay.
Do you have to watch the movies to watch the show?
No, I mean, there's a lot of video games and lore. You go ahead.
I'd say this: if you're gonna watch the show, don't watch the movies or play the games, because the show is not like they made the show. I guess they made it way too fucking Me Too-y. It's like a bunch of the classic characters are replaced with a bunch of like. There's like a butch lesbian black girl. She's definitely got to be lesbian. And then it starts them off as like kids, right? So it's like a light skinned girl, and then like a clearly Filipino chick.
Yeah,
like
and they're sisters.
And then they're like adopted sisters, right? And then it goes back to them as adults towards the end, and the light skinned girl is still a light skinned girl, but the clearly Filipino chick has now turned into a Japanese chick. it's like not even close to what they like. They did the main character, the light skinned girl, like super well. Like they kind of look similar the whole time, but the other girl just like clearly like super tan, really dark black hair, oily, fucking Filipino, to just your regular curly haired Japanese girl. Like
it's borderline like racist by the creators of that show. Like they're just like, oh, they all look the same. Is basically what I'm getting out of that.
It's not even close. Yeah,
I really wanted to like it, but I watched all of it, and the acting was fucking terrible.
The main character,
the main character, she's fucking dumb, trash.
Full actress. Oh my god, so bad. Right, the saving part of the show are when they're kids. The Filipino girl is a really good actress. She plays her part really well. And then the dad, who is Wesker, but a clone of Wesker. So Wesker is like the main antagonist for Resident Evil. He's like somebody who's injected himself with like the zombie virus, and like he can like if he gets too upset or angry, he can like turn it on and off, basically. But yeah, I like that. I want to see another season.
They canceled it. It ain't happening. They canceled it.
Damn.
Because it was so bad. I really wanted it to be good, and there was good parts about it. And I think if they changed a couple of the actors or actresses and the story a little bit, the story is fucking boring.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was kind of cool, like flipping between like them as adults back to children, and it pretty much leads up like because they're in like South Africa, right?
Yeah.
So they're in like this fucking colony city, basically. It's like white fucking buildings and
it's like
high tech and they're fucking. They pretty much start like acting out and like not listening to their dad, who's like fucking right at the end of the day, and they end up releasing like the zombie virus and fucking getting literally everybody in the entire city killed.
Basically, yeah.
It's That was cool. So like that whole the kid portion's kind of all right. The
Yeah.
sister's a fucking crybaby, which was kind of annoying, but
She was a little bit of a cry. And then she
and then
goes,
I think the best part of the whole show is when they was in that like they get captured and they're in that like prison and they're just fucking like that dude, the umbrella guy, that dude was going fucking ham.
yo, yeah, he was crazy. The fat dude.
Yeah, he pulled out these like dual pistols and just like going fucking nuts, like beating the shit out of zombies. Like
he didn't look like he would be crazy at all, and then he just started snapping, and then he dies.
yeah, I'm like, fuck, dude, you killed the best character other than Wesker.
He dies immediately.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, they Game of Thrones him. They Ned Starked him so fucking hard.
Yep. Fucking terrible. This show sucks.
10 was kind of a toss-up though. For me, it was between Resident Evil, Fate, the Winx saga, the one about the fairies on Netflix.
I watched like the little, you hover over it and it gives you like the trailer, but it seemed okay.
So the first season is really good. And they fucking decimated the second season. Terrible. Awful. They did exactly what you didn't want to happen in that show. Like when you see a show like Fate and it's about fairies, and like magic powers and shit, you're like, okay, I don't give a fuck about their emotional development. Like I want to see cool fucking powers.
Magic.
And fairies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they did in the first season. It was just cool as fuck, intro to all the powers and shit. And in the second season, they were like, okay, time for them to fall in love. And I was like, okay, this is fucking dumb.
That's not what it is, any movie.
Yep. And then the other one that I had tied for was House of Targaryen.
I haven't seen it yet.
Pretty solid. A lot incesty, but pretty solid.
Well, I mean, that's how it's supposed to be.
Pretty solid. Besides that, solid.
All right.
What you got for your top?
Yeah, you guys ready for the best fucking top 10 list you've ever seen?
Oh, also, that Lord of the Rings show fucking sucks.
No, you better fucking go wash your mouth out right now.
That shit sucks, dude.
No, it's that show's good.
You ready for
me
to say super sexist, dude? Shows with female leads typically are fucking dog shit.
It depends. It depends on if it's forced or not. Like kind of how you're describing Resident Evil. Like,
I think with that show, they made Galadriel like really like not
as OP as she should fucking be, dude.
Yeah, and she's just like so fucking like she's edgy. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's not.
I think she'll get there. They're really just kind of building it up. It's that the last episode that came out was fucking nuts. Episode 6.
They had 35 years to fucking build it up, dude. And then they fucking sold on the first third. The first episode came out. I didn't even watch it yet. I just went on Rotten Tomatoes and it was rated like fucking 18%. I was like, oh, that fucking hurts, dude.
I don't know. I really like it. It's a really beautiful show. Like, I think they had like almost $1 billion budget.
Yeah, well, they fucked up releasing at the exact same time as House of Targaryen.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people like think it's doing better, and then it's like you're splitting people. It's like they're on one show or the other, and it's like fuck that show, no, fuck you. Like
exactly.
I don't know. I like it. It's good. I'm curious to see where it goes.
Let's hear this fucking spectacular top 10.
All right, number 1, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the greatest TV show ever made.
Haven't watched it all, but very good from what I saw.
It is a fire show.
Yeah,
it's like borderline. It's like it's not anime. It's just like it's like a cartoon, but it's like got anime elements.
Yeah, we gotta mention that.
It's so good. It's fucking all the characters are pretty good. They're funny. It's dumb. There's certain like the characters change along the way in like completely different ways. They can become completely different characters at the end. Fucking Aang kind of becomes a fucking top G. Sokka is like not a fucking little bitch anymore. Towards the end, he's actually a warrior.
Yeah, well, I mean, character development was just fucking bitches, dude.
Yeah. I think Katara is the worst fucking part of the show.
Yeah, she's pretty annoying. Yeah, she keeps making fucking.
She's boring. Uncle Iroh is just the best character.
Iroh's top tier. Top tier.
Literally, my first tattoo I'm gonna get probably when I get back from my deployment is gonna be an Avatar tattoo.
Just him fucking Dragon of the Westing, dude.
It's gonna be I'm gonna get a full I'm gonna get like a half leg piece.
Get him just fucking posing up, dude. 4 elements out of each side, dude.
No, it's gonna be him T-posing.
See how well I practiced that, dude. It just fucking came so smooth, dude. Been practicing my airbending outside in the yard.
Hell yeah. I do wish it was a little longer. I mean, it was only 3 seasons. There's like 60 episodes, and they're like 20 some minutes apiece. So
they're making a live action show, right?
Yeah, they're making a video game too. It's gonna be like an RPG, I think.
That'd be fucking sick.
I'm moist in the loins for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we got to talk about that one scene in the movie when they made the M. Night Shyamalan made the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, dude.
We don't talk about the movie.
The fucking earthbending scene, dude, where there's like 15 earthbenders and they just move one fucking rock. It's like the small. It's literally so. The movie's on Netflix, right? If you go to Netflix knew what they were doing, dude. The clip that you see when you like preview on Netflix is that fucking scene where it's like fucking 10 earthbenders moving one fucking rock, and it's just floating like so slow, dude. They're just like, one tiny fucking yo, that shit killed me, bro. Oh my god, it killed me, dude. Oh, fuck.
No, the movie's fucking terrible. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's really bad. I tried to get Innocent to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, but she won't do it. She doesn't like it. And I was like, bro, the animation style is really good. So
I literally named my daughter after fucking Korra. That's my daughter's name. So
I thought her name was
what?
I thought her name was Jack.
No. All right.
Daughter after me?
No, I did not. All right. Number 2, I got Peaky Blinders. You guys ever seen that one?
No, but I've been told to watch it. Like I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
it's really it looks good.
This is a very good show. Like even from the get-go, it's like fucking just balls to the wall. It's essentially about this like 1900s, like I think 1930s, like a gang in like Birmingham, England, and like they started off really small, and most of the men in the show were like in World War One, and they're all super fucked up from the war, like super PTSD'd out, and they're alcoholics. They're fighters, fucking, and it's pretty much just their family, and they start building up like their criminal empire. And like every season kind of has like an enemy or whatever they're fucking with, and like so like the first season they send over this cop from like Belfast, Ireland, and he's like trying to take them down, and just like fucking their family up and shit, and like really doing some suspect ass shit. And then like as it goes on, they start fucking with like the Italian mafia, and then they start fucking with like the Russians. Like they start getting like really, really fucking big for their britches. And the last season gets fucking crazy. It's like borderline like pre-World War II like Nazi shit going on.
Damn.
They're making a movie to tie, I think, season 6 to season 7, because I think they're doing one more season, or maybe the movie's gonna tie it up until World War II. So the director wanted it to go from like the end of World War One all the way up to World War II.
That's interesting.
And I'm thinking the movie's gonna bridge it from season 6 to the beginning of World War II. So
yeah, the show.
Unfortunately, one of the main characters died, so she's not in the show anymore. Like they had to kill her off in the show because she died in real life, which is unfortunate because she literally was probably like top 3 characters in the show. And then they killed one of the, I'm not gonna say it because if you've never seen it, I don't want to spoil it. I was about to just drop some bombs, but
that's a show to watch for sure.
Yeah, I definitely
phenomenal show. I think every episode's like an hour long. There's like I don't know 10 episodes or so in each season. There's 6 seasons, so
it's juice filled too. Like there's no like stagnant parts in the episodes.
There's not really any filler episodes. It's like it's all building to something. It's all building. And then like it's just fucking momentum, just boom, boom, boom. You're just like, oh, it's like a roller coaster. You're fucking just going.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Number 3, I got the miniseries Band of Brothers on HBO.
Band of Brothers is so good.
Yes, sir. You ever seen that, Nick?
I'm not seeing that.
I forgot about that show. That definitely would have been on my top 10. Fuck,
What are you doing, Nick?
Good, dude.
So it's directed by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks.
Okay.
It's basically it's their Easy Company, and it's pretty much them from like basically boot camp, and it pretty much follows them all the way through the war. There's a lot of pretty big actors that are in it. The dude from I think Friends. What the fuck's that guy's name?
Have you seen Friends, Nick?
Yeah. Is it Matthew Perry or is it?
Tall dude, super tall, Ross.
Yeah.
I don't know his name in real life though, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in the show. Fucking big old doucher. He's like their fucking their I think he's like their commander or whatever.
Yeah,
or
he's their
of some sort.
He's probably looking old as fuck now.
And probably.
The show was a while ago.
Okay.
It was in 2001.
Oh shit.
It's based on a 1992 nonfiction book, and then Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks pretty much got together and was like, "Yo, let's fucking do this." And every episode is a masterpiece. The battle scenes are fucking insane,
dude. Intense.
I think you remember the snow episode where they're fighting in the woods?
Yeah, 100%, dude.
I seen a clip. It took them like a fucking 6 weeks to like grind up because all the snow was like recycled paper. I think it took them like 6 weeks and like $12 million to fucking make all that snow.
There's some fucking dude on the net with a shredder. Like, this is fucking awful.
Look at IRS tax forms, W-2. Everybody on set, bring your fucking shit. We're shredding, baby. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I just had some weird like sound in my headphones. I was like, they did get an Emmy and a Golden Globe for best miniseries for it. So I would definitely watch it. I'm trying to see any top like actors that are in it. That just kind of Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's the only name I recognize, but great show. Number 4, Game of Thrones.
Damn, I ain't seen like none of your shows.
You've never seen Game of Thrones, Nick?
We had this conversation like the last episode. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
No. You gotta start it like now. Like hop off this podcast and you're gonna go start Game of Thrones right now. You're gonna start it right now. Oh man, it's so good. So there's 8 seasons. It's basically House of the Dragon that he was talking about is a prequel to Game of Thrones. So it's like fucking like a medieval fantasy setting almost. There's not really magic, but there's like a little magic, and there's like this fucking continent called Westeros, and there's these different like house families that control different parts, and there's like all this subterfuge and fucking all kinds of crazy shit going on, and the houses fucking each other over, trying to take over land, people backstabbing people, like murder, and then like the main theme is like there's like winter's coming. And so on the northern part of the country is like this big fucking wall. And on the other side, there's like these wildlands. And there's these, I guess previously in history, they'd fought off these things called White Walkers. They're basically like fucking zombies. So like they beat them, they built the fucking wall, and everybody's like, oh, winter is coming and they're coming back. But like only the people that live in the north and that are like on the wall really fucking know it's like actually gonna come. And they're like trying to tell everybody through the whole fucking season that this shit's coming, and they're still fighting each other and like literally just killing off fucking whole ass families and like torture. It's crazy. Like the amount of detail and like political stuff going on. It's crazy. Yeah. All the way up until the first 6 seasons. The last 2 seasons are kind of like where it gets shaky. So I what I'd heard was the 2 directors, fucking David Benioff and DB Weiss, they like after the 6th season they didn't want to do it anymore, and essentially is why the last 2 seasons sucked, because I think, and that's the point where they ran out of source material. There's no books for them to go off of,
so they just had to make shit up.
And yeah, it's not as good, but it's okay. But the first 6 seasons, masterpiece.
I heard it's really good. I just heard the ending. Like a lot of fans sounded pretty like unhappy with the way it ended.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
But I think the first 6 seasons will make up for anything that happens at the end. Like the journey you go on, it does a whole lot of character building. The whole fucking first season's like character building, like development, setting the fucking they're bouncing it back and forth between different groups of characters. It's a little confusing to keep up with, but like once you get further on, you're like, oh, okay, I get what's going on. And they're really just setting it up for the craziness that's going to ensue in like the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th season. But you got to watch it. You have to.
It's definitely juicy. It's just so good because like there's so many characters that you think like the show is about, and then they just die.
They get fucking murdered. They get tortured. They get fucking just decimated.
Yeah, they're just killed off. Like it's crazy. Like it'll be the character you think is the main character. 100%. Like you're like the show cannot continue, and then they're just fucking dead.
Damn, that does sound kind of crazy.
Yeah,
and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why?
It's good.
And like literally one of the best battle scenes in TV is in season 6. It's called the Battle of the Bastards. Oh my god! Like I think just the battle budget alone was like astronomical. Like a lot. It was a lot of fucking money. There was a lot of mayhem going on. It's crazy. It's very, very well done. Probably one of the best battle scenes in a TV show, movie, like with like, you know, swords and horses and shit that I've ever seen. It's like up there with like Lord of the Rings. So that's my number 4. Number 5, Breaking Bad. We've already covered it. So I'll slide on. 6, The Boys. You guys seen that?
The Boys are a good show, dude. The Boys is a great show.
That's actually like on one of my next stops of things I'm gonna watch because I just got Amazon recently.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
That made me forget.
You're gonna love it.
Remember Invincible, dude. I would have put Invincible.
Invincible is top tier too. We'll do a bit at the end for like honorable mentions. Anything you could think of that like, you know, could have been on your list, but you decided not. Yeah, The Boys, it's like, have you seen like anything about it? You know, it's about...
Yeah, I kind of understand that it's like he's kind of unhinged, like the main character.
Fucking that shit gets nuts.
I mean, I've caught a few scenes that like made me interested in it, so it's probably the next thing I'm gonna watch.
It's crazy. It's basically like there's like this small fucking band of like 2 normal dudes. You got 3 normal guys that have no superpowers. And they're pretty much trying to take down the superheroes because they think they're fucking too big for their britches and they're pretty much basically not good for the world. And, you know, the main guy, he has some sort of vendetta. So, like, you'll see why he fucking hates him. And then another dude, and then the other 2 hate him for different reasons, but they all have like some fucked up shit that happened to him. And the superheroes, like the 7, there's like 7 of them, right? It's kind of like the Justice League. You know, you got fucking Homelander, who's basically like Superman. You got the Deep, who's like Aquaman. Fucking Wonder Woman is like Maeve. You got fucking Flash, who is fuck's that dude's name? The fast guy.
A-Train.
Yeah, I got A-Train. Lamplighter. He's like it's the dude that plays fucking Iceman in X-Men, the movie.
No shit.
Yeah, and this time Firestarter.
Yeah, there's not really a similar on, you know, the fucking Justice League. There's no Batman or anything like that. There's a fucking basically like the Black Panther. What the fuck's that dude? Black Noir is his name.
Black Noir, yeah.
Who else am I missing?
Black Noir is like Snake from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, he's like a fucking ninja.
Just is always masked up.
He don't talk. So it's like focusing on the 3 dudes and their fucking struggle to kind of take down the superheroes, and then like the 7 and like it's super fucked up shit that they start doing, and it's real like they're just really interested in their public opinion of them.
Yeah, it's very like
it's crazy. It's basically like if superheroes were modern day with like social media. It's crazy. There's a lot of fucking blood, guts, ass, and sex and nudity.
Realistic murders, dude. Like very realistic murders. Like
people getting turned to mist.
Just walked around and fucking decimated people. Like an average fucking schmo just walking down the street, dude. Superman just flew up and fucking chopped them in half, dude.
God damn.
Fucking judo chop. Just see ya.
Good show.
And I'm trying to think of like a cool scene to tell you about that's not gonna spoil anything. Like for like an example of like some crazy shit that.
Well, I saw the one where he was using like the laser shit to do some crazy shit
on the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not gonna spoil anything. But
No.
that's one of the examples of like how real it is. Like if you were to just Superman were just giving a speech, dude, and just fucking laser
lose
beam
his mind,
looked through the crowd, dude. Just fucking killed thousands of people in like fucking a half a second, dude.
and like he starts like fucking just going off the deep end, like mentally, like his psyche is just like damaged. And like once some stuff, like some shit starts happening, and like he starts like, what do you think about the plane scene when him and Maeve? You think that would ruin anything? That's just kind of a interesting scene.
No, that's a good example. Yeah, it's not really anything crazy.
All right, so I think there's this like plane. I don't remember if it's hijacked or if it's like just going to crash, but he grabs Maeve, who's like the Wonder Woman, and they fly up there, and I think it was hijacked, if I'm not mistaken. So they go up there, and then they're fighting the fucking hijackers, and the pilot ends up getting killed, and I think the whole fucking like control panel for the plane like gets fucked up. So the plane is just like going down, and he's like, all right, we're fucking just gonna leave all these people here, like we're fucking out. And she's like, no, like what do you mean? Like we gotta save these people. Like can't you just like go out underneath the plane and like carry it? And I don't remember, he hit her with like a one-liner. I was like, how fucking strong do you think I am, or some shit? Like I'm pretty sure he could have done it, and he was just like, I couldn't fucking be bothered to do it. Dude does not care about civilians at all.
Like little kids and shit running up to him like, please save me, and like moms and shit, my kids. And
he's like, everybody get the fuck back, or I'm gonna laser the shit out of you.
Yeah, and he explode red. I'll fucking laser.
Yeah, and then they pretty much just let the whole plane full of people crash into the ocean and
die.
They just fly off.
And then he does like a press, and he's like, we did what we could, sometimes it just happens.
And he's always telling the people, he's like, you guys are the real heroes, like all the civilians. And like, the dude's psychotic. He kills that role. Kills it. Absolutely killed. Like, and just his facial expressions, you're like one thing I seen him do, and I was like, I can't even do that like with my own, like just sitting there like trying to do his facial, like, and I was like, I couldn't do it. He's really good.
Yeah,
it's a top tier show.
Which is great too. Like the main character is so good. Oh, I don't even. Nah, I mean, you would call Huey the main character, right?
Yeah, I think he would be the main character, and then Butcher would be like
Butcher just makes the shit. You just love every scene the guy's in, dude. Oh my! It's that plays in what movie was it with The Rock?
Doom. He's Carl Urban. He plays Judge Dredd. He's that guy.
Doom.
Yeah, he's in Doom. He's in Lord of the Rings. If you've ever seen that,
he is in Lord of the Rings, dude. I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's so good, man. You gotta. That's
definitely like the next one I'm gonna watch.
I would wager to say it starts that over Game of Thrones.
I think it's more up my alley of shit I would like.
Yeah, superheroes are. I definitely think you're kind of a superhero guy.
Yeah.
After that, I got the Ozarks.
Oh, Ozark! Yeah, Ozark is fucking.
Ozark is a journey, man. It's like there's so many times where you're like, oh, they're fucked, they're gonna die, and then fucking Jason Bateman, Marty, he's able to just scheme his way out of the dude is a fucking crazy good actor. Jason Bateman is goated. That character is solid.
It's a great character because he's sarcastic a lot of the times. But he's smart as fuck. And even though he's like backed into a corner, he's just like, he seems just very annoyed with with the villains essentially. Like he just seems bothered, like just annoyed with them.
There's only like a few times where you really see where he's like, oh shit. It's really more so like the beginning of the show where he's like kind of starting to get his feet. and then he just starts fucking running with. And then oh my god, bro, Wendy
Fuck that bitch.
becomes a fucking psychopath. I hated her, and then I think more towards the end of the show, I was like, all right, I kind of fuck with Wendy. She's kind of a dog, you know what I'm
She
saying?
had like almost like a Walter White transformation like arc throughout the show.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of what the fuck happened to Whitney. And that scene with her brother where she fucking left him.
Bro,
at
that
diner,
shit pissed me off so fucking much.
Dude, my wife cried, and I was almost like, I was pretty sad. I was like, dude, that's fucked. Like,
That's when I was done with her. I was like, fuck her. I'm done with her ass.
Could you imagine doing that? And you know what's gonna happen as soon as you leave. You know.
Cold blooded.
And then I will agree with you. The ending is a little lackluster. They kind of just let it down. There's no fucking dramatic. They almost leave it open like that they can just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like a close. Like, there's not a lot of closure in it. It just felt like they could do another season. Next season.
I don't think they're not going to.
I thought the Ruth thing at the end was kind of cheap. Like, they just kind of threw that in there to give us like some type of big thing that happened, and I don't know. It just felt kind of forced to me, and kind of thrown in the last like 20 minutes. But yeah. Good show. I just like the last season wasn't like the best for me, but like season 3 where they ended with the cartel girl like getting her like headshot, like
yeah, I think so.
Like that season, that whole season was nuts.
That shit scared me. I like jumped. I did not see it coming
because it was so random.
Yeah, what a way to fucking end the season. Yeah, top tier show. Granted, the ending wasn't bad, but I think the length and the meat of the show is enough to really kind of the same Game of Thrones treatment. The meat of the show is enough to rise it up into that, the top TV show status. After that, I got The Office.
Great show.
Banger. So we talked about that one. After that, I have Survivor, the reality show.
Oh, great
I fucking love Survivor, bro. There's 43 seasons.
How many have you seen?
I think I'm in the 30s.
Are you like to like heroes versus villains? Have you got like through that season?
Yeah. Let me pull up the show and go to the seasons. I literally started season 1 and we've grinded our way.
Richard was for season 1 winner.
I do. It might have been one of the best. That guy was solid. I think I might be on Island of the Idols, season 39. I guess I'm fucking like 5 seasons back.
So you haven't like encountered Russell yet?
Yeah. Fucking Russell's a early like mid-20s season character. That guy's fucking crazy. Finding all them.
Yes, bro. That dude was, to me, I thought he was the best. Like, I thought he was the best player ever. He got fucked over at the end.
I think the best player is that cop.
Tony.
Tony, that dude played a fucking amazing game. He hustled his way to the end, find all those idols. Like, dude's crazy.
Did you get to Game Changers with him in it?
Yeah, they fucking got him out like what, first?
He was being dumb as fuck. Like he just like, I'm pretty sure as soon as they get to like their campsite, he's just like, I'm going for the idol. They're like, fuck this guy.
He played that one a little wrong, but it's just like, yeah, it's a corny show and like it could be, fucking set up, but it's just like the idea of the show. It's like it's a game where you're, I don't even know what's the word for it.
It's like a strategic, like mentally, like
it's a
social game.
Yeah, it's a social strategy game is what I was getting at. Yeah, there's the physical aspect, and you can, once you get to the, when you're fucking one winner for the challenges, you can literally win all your challenges and make it all the way to the end, which fucking one dude did. What was that guy's name? Was it Mike Holloway? I think it was him. Like he fucked over his tribe, and he was being a real dickhead, and he
Wait, was he the
Somehow-
guy that like used to be a football player or some shit?
No, that was fucking that one dude's wife. Was it Todd Hasselbeck or
No, I
Brad Cole?
mean,
It was Brad Culpepper.
yeah, Brad Culpepper. Like he
No.
won a shit ton of challenges too, I think.
Yeah. No, fucking Mike. He gets to this point in the season where they you know they're not two tribes anymore. They come to one, and it's one person can win the challenges, and then they're voting off one person each. And there's still the alliances at that point, and he kind of fucked over all the people at this point, and they was trying to get him out, and that man won every challenge all the way to the end. So they couldn't vote him out, and he was just fucking laughing because they couldn't get him, and they kept having to vote out their own alliances. And the dude was just fucking crazy. Like he's just kind of like an average dude, like a blue collar guy, and went fucking nuts. It's just such a good show. The social aspect, the physical aspect, the twists that they throw in there. Yeah, a lot of the twists are fucking kind of dumb, and then
Some of them are cheat codes, like sometimes.
Yeah, some of the seasons fucking suck, but you fucking skip past it. Just go to the next one if you don't like it.
Yeah, I mean there's some seasons that weren't so great. I don't
there's
think it's
43.
scripted. Like I don't think it's scripted. I think it's like real. Because nothing like about it comes off as scripted. Like nothing too crazy happens to where if it is scripted, it's very it's very tasteful if it is scripted, but I don't think it is.
I think that would be a fun show to actually try to like apply for and go on. It would just be fun.
It's only, I mean, it's 30 days. I bet you that feels like
I think
6
it's 30.
months.
I think it's 39.
Yeah, something like that. It's like a little over a month probably.
Yeah, I actually almost applied. The only reason I'm not applying is because I would die of hunger in like a week. I just don't have enough weight. I wouldn't be able to like out survive the lack of food.
I don't know. Some of those like little scrawny girls could go on there.
I don't know, man.
They got less weight than you. I think the craziest thing that happened on that show is when that one dude got like outed, like for like being transgender.
Oh, I remember that.
That was like the darkest, not like dark. It was just like one of the craziest things I think I've seen.
It was like at the tribal council, like the dude that they outed, I think was gonna get voted off, and then the dude outed him, and everyone was like, "What the fuck, bro?" Like, literally, even Jeff was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
I don't even think they voted. I think he was like, "I'm pretty sure we all know who's going home," and he just like left.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then so yeah, that's all I'll say about that. We can come back on any shows or whatever if we want, but number 10. The show I actually just started a few weeks ago, Supernatural.
No, I watched it.
It's really cool. So there's fucking 15 seasons. There's 22 episodes per season. Every episode's like 45 minutes, all right? So there's a lot of fucking length in there. Essentially, it's like there's these two brothers, and they basically hunt like ghosts. There's vampires, like literally any monster you can essentially think of is like in this show is like real. Like the common people don't know about it, but they all get fucked up by it. They get possessed, they get killed, they're getting murdered, kidnapped, all fucking eaten by all these different things. And these two dudes are like, from like a childhood or raised by their dad because some fucked up shit happened to them when they were young, like super young. And he became a hunter and essentially raised them to do the same thing. So like every episode, they're fighting something different. And they're, I think the first 2 seasons have an arc, and then the third season. I'm on the 3rd season right now, so I'm like just barely getting into it. And it's so good. The two brothers, like one of them's a real fucking doucher, and the other one's kind of like he was going to Stanford for school.
Yeah, there's a older and younger brother complex.
Yeah, he's the smart guy, and then the older brother is the fucking tough guy, doucher, kind of dumb, like protects his brother, and it's just fucking good. It's really good. I don't even know what else to say. Like, there's some really cool episodes. Like I remember, like I was like almost about to go to bed, like watching some of the early episodes. I'm like, oh shit! Like I was like I gotta watch something else after this. It was a little creepy and
a little intense.
The one I watched last night, fucking Kat was like, "Are you fucking joking?" They go to like this haunted house, and you remember the dudes that like want to be fucking ghost hunters, they encounter in like season 1 or 2, and then they re-encounter him at that ghost house in
Yeah,
season
yeah,
3.
yeah,
The ghost facers.
yeah.
I just watched that one, and like one of them gets killed, like actually fucking killed, and they're like they set up all these cameras, and then they start getting like fucking kidnapped by this ghost in this house, like they can't leave. And it's kind of dumb, but it was kind of funny at the same time, and like a little fucking teeter in that like scary line. So I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's fun. There's a lot of episodes. It's something you can kind of just turn on and just fucking mindlessly go through if you want, or you can actually just sit down and pay attention to the story. And because all the episodes kind of have little bits that kind of add to the overlying story, and it just kind of builds it up until like something crazy happens, and then they end that arc, and then it's kind of like an anime. There's a whole bunch of different arcs that they just kind of go throughout the show. At least up until season 3 is what I've kind of gathered. So I'm assuming the rest of the show is the same way. But that's my top 10. You guys got any honorable mentions?
Oh yeah, so many now. So many.
Yeah,
Invincible. That's a great fucking show. Invincible's so good. God, the animation is good on it. The story arc is crazy. The fights, the killing, so good. So good.
Dude, that first like big fight. Oh, I was like, holy shit. I was like, what is this?
League. Oh my goodness. Yep.
He beats their ass.
Yep. And then Supernatural made me think about The Originals, which is a spinoff of the Vampire Diaries.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, really good show. It's basically like, so the Vampire Diaries was like super fan servicey, like a lot of relationships and blah, 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 emotional stuff and occasional fights. Like The Originals is like the opposite. The Originals is just like the OPest of the OP vampires. And they're just doing whatever they want. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's a show that looks pretty good. I was gonna put Squid Game on my thing of like initially, but I'm like, it's only one season though, so that's kind of why I left it off, just to see where it goes.
A lot of those foreign shows that are really good, like Squid Game is really good. There's another one, Alice in Borderland. That's another.
Yeah,
that's a really good one. That one's cool, just like Squid Game. It's kind of game based as well, but it's like random people like they get pulled into this game, and the game is like just it's everywhere. The game is everywhere. It could happen anywhere at any time, and like all the people that show up are participants, and people are just getting fucking killed.
So it's kind of like a same setup, but they're not isolated. They're just out in like real world scenarios.
The first game they go to is like it's a game of like cat and dog basically, like, or what is it? It's like hunter and hunted, like prey and prey.
Yeah.
But the way the game is designed is instead of like the wolf, it's because they have it like the wolf and then they have another animal for it. But instead of like the wolf hunting people, it's the last person when the time runs out to be the wolf wins the game. Everyone else dies. Like they put on these collars and then like the collars will fucking explode your head basically.
God damn.
The way that you transfer, the way that you transfer the status of being the wolf is by eye contact, and it like transfers immediately. So, like first person's assigned a wolf, and it's a girl in the group of like there's like 4 dudes and then 1 chick that show up for the game, and the girl is the wolf first, and she like realizes it first and just takes off running because everybody hears like a game of like cat and mouse, and you're like, oh, that's what it is, cat and mouse, not wolf and fucking whatever. But they had it as wolf and something else, but she understands it first. Like she listens to the instructions, she just takes off running. And everybody's trying to like find her so they can like lock eyes with her and get the status of the wolf transferred. And then like main dude, because like the 4 dudes are all like really close friends with each other, and then it's the 1 girl. And then the main story dude, of course, becomes the wolf at the end, and all of his friends fucking die like right off the rip.
Damn.
That's intense. Yeah, it was super intense. And there was like another game where it was like it just gave them it didn't give them any instructions. It just had a counter on their phone. And they were like, they started the game on a bus in the middle of a fucking long ass tunnel. And they all assumed, because it said like 0 out of 0 miles. And so they were like, okay, this is a running challenge, right? So they all started fucking running away. And like the number was going up. It was like 1 out of 0 miles, like 2 out of 0 miles. I think they got like 17 or 18 miles before they realized that the end destination was the bus that they fucking started on. So they had like, it was like 30 minutes left and they had to fucking run back the other way to the bus.
Shit.
God damn.
Yeah. They realized it. Like the game was designed so like as soon as they realized it and started heading back the other direction, it like released like fucking tigers into the tunnel. And the tigers started like hunting the players down as they were like fucking running miles back to the bus. Yeah, it was super intense. Alice in Borderland was great. They renewed it for a season 2, and season 2 is coming soon. But yeah, that was a really good show. Yeah, just sort of Squid Game based, but like it came out before Squid Game, but not the exact same, like pulled everybody to a single destination. It was just like random. Like at random, if you were in this spot, you could apply to the game. And like the game
Squid Game was top tier.
Yeah, the game gave you hours of life. That's what it was. Like as soon as you like accepted the rule, like you had a certain amount of time left before you had to participate in another game or you would die.
Damn.
Yeah, and like the more serious the game was, like the more players, like the more time you would get.
I definitely want to check that one out now that you're saying
what
all
was
that
it?
shit.
What was it called?
Alice in Borderlands, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, that shit sounds pretty fucking nuts.
I think I got another fucking honorable mention. You guys ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, I was like debating kind of putting that one on there. I felt like it kind of fell off a little bit towards the last few seasons.
Yeah, I think they killed off a little bit of the main characters a little too early, and I think that kind of handicapped it a little bit.
Well, when you were going through Ozark, all I could think of was The Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead was like, I really enjoyed The Walking Dead up until like the 4th season.
Yeah, it's about when I stopped watching.
I restarted it like I don't know, like 8 months ago, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it all the way through, because the last season's coming out. I just want to know what happens. I know it's not good. I know fucking like Glenn dies. I know Rick dies. Like at the end, it's just Maggie and like Negan and fucking Daryl. So I was like, I already know kind of all that, but I don't know exactly like what happens in all the episodes. And then I got to the fucking 4th season and it just fucking fizzled out, and I'm like, all right, I really don't want to watch it. I need to. I really do.
It was such a great start. Like the first 3 seasons.
They started making it too drama based. It was like, everybody's fighting each other. Like they should have just kept it about, zombies and survival.
Yeah, zombies, dude. That's like the show is called The Walking Dead. Like I cared about the zombies, dude. Like the prison.
Oh, great season.
Mint, dude. The perfect fucking zombie threat and then like internal threat.
The governor.
Yeah, and great. Just solid.
Slaughtering people.
Fantastic show. A comedy I was gonna mention, Blue Mountain State. Great.
Oh yeah,
great show.
That show is great. I want to rewatch that one.
What's his name? Fucking Thad is playing.
Yeah.
Who's he playing now? Isn't he playing like he's playing some like badass like government dude, like a Jack Reacher type, or maybe it is Jack Reacher.
Oh yeah, it's the new Reacher show. That show's good, bro. That show's really good.
It's just funny because every time I see it, I just see Thad, but he's like way fucking more
jacked, bro. He's fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Terminal List?
I clips of it.
Oh man, that one's great. It's the dude that plays fucking what's that guy's name?
That's the one where there's like a plane crash a while ago, right? And then they like the plane survivors just miraculously come back.
That's
no. That's man. That shows dog shit. It's the dude fucking from the Avengers, the guy. It's him and Rocket, and he's from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bradley Cooper.
No. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. He's a like a Navy SEAL, right? And he goes on this like fucking mission, I think in the first episode with like his team, and they end up down in this fucking like underground like water sewer system, and then they started getting like fucked up, like they started getting just massacred down there, and he starts like getting this like PTSD, like losing his memory type shit, and it's a fucking trip, bro. Like a lot of the times I'm like, what is happening? Like he's like misremembering shit, and like I think his family gets murdered. It's like a huge fucking like government cover up basically, and like they're trying to just kill everybody on the team because they I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, they're just trying to kill them all, and he's like one of the survivors, and like they're trying to get him, but like the dude's fucking goated, and they can't fucking kill him, and he's pretty much hunting them down, and it's great. It's really good. He does a really, really good job playing a Navy SEAL. I've watched a lot of interviews, like podcasts, like of Navy SEALs talking about the show, and they're like, yeah, he fucking kills it. And yeah, I've heard the same thing about Bradley Cooper when he played Chris Kyle in American Sniper. A lot of people were saying like when they would see him on set, they could like feel like Chris Kyle's presence. Like they thought he was Chris. It was crazy. He kind of looks like him. He got fucking built just like him. Like
dude.
yeah,
Another
that was a great
fucking the one on Netflix, Extraction.
Yeah,
with the dude that plays Thor.
Yeah, that was good. They're making a second one.
He's just they're making a second because it was fucking good, dude. He's just in India, right? It's just big ass fucking Chris Hemsworth, swole as fuck, in India with 5'2" Indian dudes just beating the shit out of them, dude. Like
killing everybody.
Just beating the fuck out of like these little fucking 110-pound fucking, and he's just fucking tossing them, dude. Just it's crazy, fucking good. Like
killing everybody.
Yeah, like you can see all of it. Like there's no like it's not like frame by frame, like cut back and forth, like fucking Taken style. You know what I'm saying? It's more like John Wickish, where it's like the scene one shot, you can see everything in it. Yeah. That's what makes it really good because he's just he like beats up some kids. He's just tossing the kids in the car and like fucking backhanding them and shit, dude.
God
like a
damn.
kid tries to shoot him, dude. And he just grabs the gun and fucking backhands him. And the kid just fucking goes flying, dude. That's just so funny, dude.
Yeah,
just
that's a really
traps peeking out of the fucking side of his vest, dude. Just backhanding kids. That's what I want. That's what the people want, dude.
Hell yeah! Oh man, what a great movie.